Hi. It seems like we only recently reviewed an issue of X-Men, but here we are again with issue 4 of X-Men, written by Jed MacKay, drawn by Netho Diaz, and ink by Sean Parsons, with colors from Marte Gracia. Full spoilers ahead, so you're forewarned. I'm puzzled as to how McKay could write a great issue of Avengers this week, and I have been catching up on his excellent Moon Knight. And then he turns around and writes this absolutely lackluster issue of X-Men. We are recycling the live stream killing plot that was done eerily in the most recent iteration of X Factor. We are recycling what I think is the legacy virus story from the 90s, and we are pulling a dead characters from the past, Trevor Fitzroy. Hi, Future Tyler here. You were triggered early on in this issue, so I think it is up to me, or not, to be slightly more objective. To be fair, I would have been super excited whenever there are deep cuts and characters taken from slightly more obscure corners of the X universe, including the three old Force members from Ecstatics. But after the scene between Hank and Scott, coupled with the still fresh memory of that terrible Magneto story in Infinity Comics, my mind went to a place that I could not remove myself from. Like, I'm sad that this is going to be the X-Men book that people who have avoided the Krakoan era for some reason are coming back to. Yeah, I mean, it is really difficult to not immediately go that route. I initially thought maybe this is something that was planted by Diamond Sinister, as he provided most of the genetic materials used in the Resurrection Protocol, but Magneto did not go through that process. He was resurrected via the waiting room and a portal, to put it simply. So it cannot be from Sinister's tainted genetic material. Anyway, if you could try to be a little less agitated, like Magic said, X-Men up. Okay, that is a pretty good line. I mean, we started off this issue with Magic playing chess with someone via her phone, which I somehow missed until the last page. I find it odd that she is in her armored outfit even when she's just relaxing. And as it turns out, she has been playing chess with Colossus. One of the genuinely good surprise moment for me. Yeah, I mean, it was a good reveal. Though on the reread, I noticed something that I had forgotten. Fitzroy's hands are metallic too, and his long sleeves were cuffed at the wrist, so it could hide that red wristband shown on the last page. Could this be a red herring and that it is not Colossus that Magic is playing phone chess with? Anyway, the meat of the story deals with a smaller field team led by Magic, one of the war captains of Krakoa, to deal with Fitzroy and his new upstarts, whom are out killing mutants. I wish we could have seen the isolation of the background to identify it as Detroit instead of just being told that's the case, because all we saw on the live broadcast was an emoji in the background. The fight was quite okay, but I'm also really bored. Well, on my reread, it has some light moments in it, like Fitzroy demanding a banter for his live stream and his poor attempt at a rallying call, and Hank going, "Good lord." Um, there was some creative use of Fitzroy's time porter, though I do not know how Magic did not get burnt with lava pouring all over her and her exposed skin. I mean, her costume never actually quite makes sense ever. So, and dumb Juggernaut bit is getting a little bit tiresome. Agree. But thankfully, we also get a lot more of him not being silly or dumb during the fight. And despite Hank's initial objection, he was pretty effective on the field. And McKay shows that he understood Edie. Like Temper came from a very difficult position when she first discovered she was a mutant, and I like that she's empathizing with the new mutant, whom is apparently a grown adult. Yep, we are slowly pushing forward with the plot as to why adult mutants are suddenly appearing. It seems like they were humans before, but someone is making them into mutants. Again, it sounds like a recycled story, a version of MGH, the mutant growth hormones. Well, now that is stretching it a little bit. We do not know what this is about at this point in time, so I think it is unfair to say that this is a recycled plot. Okay, that is fair. Um, I was groaning inwardly as we got to the end of the issue and shots of body parts in vats. That Fitzroy is a clone by Sinister, but I was again pleasantly surprised that it is Sugar Man, and I'm still kind of ticked off, even if it is a surprise, because if it is Colossus at the end playing chess with magic, Colossus was closely tied to him during the Age of Apocalypse story, and so this is kind of another recycled bit, but yeah, I see how I'm being a little unreasonable now. Anyway, even Glob cooking his signature vegetarian laksa, the recipe is in New Mutants issue 10, could only garner a slight smile from me. Because, anyway, vegetarian laksa cannot be a thing because shrimp, in particular dried shrimp, is an important ingredient of laksa. Anyway, what struck me as particularly off was Scott questioning Magic's ability on the field. I mean, he chose her to be one of the war captains. She was instrumental in X-Posé as far as Scott was concerned. So that was a weird bit and kind of out of character. So unless Scott is suspecting something that is yet to be revealed, Diaz's art is stronger here compared to his art in Heir of Apocalypse, though I'm not sure he's ready for the main X title as the alternative artist. I like some of his characters, especially his Sugarman and Fitzroy, and the non-humans looking O-Force. I do not like his magic, in particular her face. He made her look a little old, and Temper looks like a man in some panels. I agree. I do like that he tried to make his art closer to Stegman's, with quite a bit more detailed backgrounds. And I think he enjoyed drawing Beast and Juggernaut, as I find my eye are always drawn to them whenever they are on the page. But overall, and I'm sorry to say that, it feels slightly uninspired. Yeah. I mean, even Garcia's colors, which is usually a high point in this in X-Men, looks kind of uninspired here. And there was one little color error where Fitzroy's hand was colored with flash color instead of metallic. So in conclusion, okay, why don't you take it this
Sure.
time? I think this is a step down from last issue. We did roll the ball slightly forward with several of the subplots and spotlight some of the other members of the team. I would say this is back to a 2.5 out of 5 at best for me. If you enjoyed this issue thus far, you will continue to enjoy it. But if you have not, this issue ain't gonna change anything. So if you enjoy this video, please hit the like and subscribe button, share this video with your friends, and comment below. Tyler out.